The truth can hurt you, or the truth can change you. What will truth do to you?
Hello there, how are you, my beautiful and handsome listeners? How are you today? How has your day been? Mine has been beautiful with the help of God. You are welcome to your reality radio talk show, Beautiful Mind. This is the show where we say no to stigmas, discriminations, and any judgmental attitudes. Our aim is to spread hope to all men through love. This show is to educate, entertain, and to benefit our souls. It is the show that aims to align our thoughts to the way God proposes it to be. Beautiful Mind says we all must see the way God sees. So you're welcome on board. Why don't you grab yourself a cup of tea, hot chocolate, water, coffee, soup, whatsoever that makes you feel comfortable wherever you're watching us from. Please sit down and come along with us. And if you're coming back from work, driving, and listening via our radio station, Peace and Joy, please drive with care as you enjoy the show. And remember that you can connect and contribute on this show at any time on 079-603-91983. Remember, you can text us or call us even from all over the world. You just need to put +44 790 3919 83, and you can tweet us at beauty_mind or on our Instagram Beautiful Mind Online. You can even text us on Facebook Beautiful Mind Online. Yes, I'm so excited and passionate about today's topic, and it's something that I love to talk about because it affects everybody, and people are dying in silence. People are suffering in silence, and I believe it is time for us to speak out. And so the topic for today is speak out against domestic violence. And I've got the best person for this topic today. In fact, we didn't just get this guest from here in the UK. She flew in from Nigeria. Yes, you heard me right. She came all the way from Nigeria to bless us this afternoon. So please help me make her feel welcome and share this video and share some heart to her. Yes, Mercy, my viewers or my listeners will want to meet you. I know you very well, but they will want to meet you. Can you please introduce yourself to them?
Okay, my name is Mercy Makinde. I'm the founder of the Amazing Amazon Initiative, a women empowerment NGO who cater for the development and empowerment of women and the girl child. And like she rightly said, I live in Nigeria and I'm here with you today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. You are welcome. Yes, I am so excited to have you in the studio today, and I believe you're going to do justice to today's topic. So please, 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 I want you to help us share this video. If there's anything you're going to do today on today's show, apart from being part of it, is for you to help us share this video, because I believe Mercy here will be helping us with today's topic. Yes, my name remains Adeyinka Adeomi, and I am your host on this beautiful show, Beautiful Mind. And today's show promises to be informative and educative all through. I do not want you to miss anything apart at all from it. Yes, I'll go straight to my question. You know, Mercy, every reasonable person wants to get it right in a relationship. Are there signs to look out for which can give a person away as an abuser?
Yes, there are signs. So, for example, given that I was young and naive, doesn't take away from the fact that I did notice some red flags. But because I didn't know what I know now, I didn't think it had anything to do with me. So, at the time, my dad had introduced us. In the space of 2 weeks, because I met him today, and in 2 weeks,
okay, don't go into your story yet, Mercy.
Okay.
We like to engage our audience before we really go into the story.
Okay.
So I want you to help our listeners and viewers to let them know if there are signs to look
the signs
out
are always there. So you're dating a man and he slaps his staff or his friend. Somebody is talking to him and he gets physical. He hits the person. Or even when the internet is slow, he bangs the table and tries to smash the laptop. That's to show you that that's a guy without self-control.
Wow.
Yes, so the red flags are always there.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, and so I mean, we make a joke out of it and say before you decide to marry a guy, watch him use a slow internet. So that's so I mean, it's a joke, but it's a witty
real.
joke. You know,
Yeah.
it's a joke pregnant with meaning. When you see them, how they react under pressure, or maybe he's had a bad day at work and he comes home and oh darling, oh please keep the darling for now. Now, if he treats you that way when you're just dating, you can imagine what will happen when you're married.
Wow.
So the red flags are always there, but we just pretend something that is not there.
That is not there. Thank you very much. I do really appreciate that. So in your own word, Mercy, can you please describe to my listeners and my viewers what domestic violence or abuse is, and can one be without the other?
Okay, so domestic violence basically is any abuse or violence that takes place in the home or within immediate family and friends. And they come in different forms. So when we say domestic abuse or violence, we just think it's only physical. When you have a scar or a cut or a bottle or a knife stab, sometimes it's not physical. Yes, physical is major, is one aspect. Now, the one killing people slowly now is the emotional abuse.
One.
People abuse people. I mean, when I say people, it could be the man doing it to the woman.
Or the woman to the
Or the
man.
woman to the man. Either way. Or parents to children.
Wow.
So, and because it's still in the family and within immediate family and friends, so it's still domestic. So if you're constantly barking at your children, you're emotionally abusing them. And that also is a verbal form of abuse. So spouses can verbally abuse their spouse, and then parents can verbally abuse their children.
Wow.
And then there's also social abuse. So you're married to a woman and you restrict her from having friends. She can't associate with this person,
She
that
can't go
person.
out at this time.
She can't go out. That's social abuse.
Wow.
You marry somebody so you can't go to this church. That's spiritual abuse. Yes, it's spiritual abuse.
Wow.
No, you can't go to church. Oh, you must come to my church. Or you must become a member of my religion. So you're Christian and I'm Muslim and you force me to become a Muslim, or the other way around. Some people say, oh no, the woman must practice the religion of the husband. Well, I don't see a scripture to back that up. That is spiritual abuse.
Wow.
Because we're all, free will. You can decide to choose. Even in the scripture, Adam and Eve were free will. They decided to obey or disobey God. And in the constitution of many countries, you have the right to choose whatever God you want to serve.
Wow.
So when you begin to force somebody to serve a particular God, you're spiritually abusing the person.
You're abusing them.
And then there's a financial abuse,
Wow.
which is also very common. So when a man tells a woman you cannot work, or you're working on giving me the money,
All the money.
because I'm your husband, that is also financial abuse. Now all of this culminates into emotional abuse. Because every of this abuse leads to an emotional abuse. It leads to a mental abuse. And that's when people begin to have mental health problems. They also manifest into physical health issues. So for someone who has been abused either emotionally or verbally or physically, they are always ill. They always have one health issue to battle with.
Wow.
Even further research in recent times have shown that these abuses can result into cancer.
Oh my God.
What is cancer? It is when your body cells begin to multiply at a rate that cannot be controlled. And some of these abuses lead to this phenomenon.
Oh my God. Thank you very much, Mercy. I believe if I leave her, she will carry on. But we have a lot of things to deal with this afternoon. So I'll have to be stopping her. I believe you get what domestic abuse and violence are now. Right, Mercy, somebody argued that a disobedient spouse is to be blamed for domestic abuse. How true is that statement?
That statement is false because domestic abuse is not as a result of provocation. It is not an outcome of provocation. It is an outcome of power and control. So in a relationship, one person wants to have the upper hand always. And they would look for everything or anything to use to suppress, oppress, and subdue you and let you understand that I am in charge. So they use any of these forms of abuses to instill that fear, to instill that control, to instill that power. So it's always that when I'm talking, you don't talk. I'm your boss.
Oh God.
So it's that by hitting or by the emotional and verbal abuse, or by restraining, don't go there, don't do this, or by depriving, you can't have this money, give me that money, you can't work.
So the wife doesn't necessarily have to be a disobedient wife for the man to want to carry out all this authority.
When they work with people in the office and they don't get along, do they punch them? So when you say, oh, it's because my wife talks too much, she's too rude. When your boss in the office, you have a female boss who is rude. Do you slap her?
Wow.
Do you hit her? When your mother, your sisters, when they're rude, do you? So it is not a consequences of how the other person reacts. It is you who cannot control yourself.
Someone said we cannot control other people's reaction, but we can control ours.
Exactly.
Wow, thank you very much.
So that's the thing with the domestic violence.
So Mercy, this thing gets to me, and I thought I need to ask you, what motivates you to be sharing your domestic violence, considering the fact that some people are either ashamed to talk about it, and some people are afraid of the abuser? Why? What motivates you to be sharing yours?
It was the lessons I learned while I was going through my experience. So while I was in this situation, I was made to believe it was my fault. There was something wrong with me. And you say, guess what? That time, my mouth was not like this. The way my mouth is going, I was very quiet.
Timid.
That's the word, timid. And naive as well. But yet I went through that kind of abuse.
Wow.
So it's not necessarily as a result of there's something wrong with me or there's something I was doing wrong. And when I came out of it, and I felt there may be a lot of women thinking like me, going through what I'm going through, I went through, and thinking is their fault. I also realized that it's something that we treat hush-hush. Nobody wants to talk about it.
No.
You're a victim, you're a victim. I realized
that's your cross.
That's your cross.
You should bear it.
And you realize it's not a stigma. You shouldn't be stigmatized. You shouldn't be victimized because you could just be in the wrong marriage or you could just be in the wrong circumstances. It may not necessarily be your fault. And I felt we needed to do a lot of enlightenment. So when we come to events and we talk about it, I see women react. I see some women break down. They start crying. And I'm like, okay, yeah, so this is the person I'm speaking to. So this is touching this person. Just like I had an earlier event today. And while I was speaking, I noticed some women, some buried their faces, some even had tears in their eyes. And I could tell, okay, now you understand it better. Now you know it's not your fault. Now you know you can do something about your situation. So it is just a form of enlightenment. Because when you tell people things theoretically, it looks like you're reading from a textbook and you don't really resonate. But when you tell them, look, it happened to me. And I'm telling you, if you're in that shoes, this is what you can do about it. There is hope for you. Your story can be better. People identify with that more, and they're not ashamed to now share
with you.
Because I tell people, don't be ashamed of your story because you never know who your story is going to inspire.
Exactly.
So there's no need to be ashamed of your story. And I'm not ashamed of your story.
Thank you very much, Mercy. Now we are going to the real story. Mercy has been saying my story. I went through this, I went through that. Now we are about to get to that stage where she will be sharing a personal experience. And you know, I take it as a privilege to bring people to my show and they share their experience with us. And again, I don't take it for granted because I believe these are things that some people will pay money to buy. So please, I wanted to help us share this video because I believe it's going to be liberating somebody out there. It's going to be setting some people free this afternoon. So please help us share this video. And I really want this time with us, this time you're spending with us today, to be an engaging one. Please interact with us. We want to hear your views on this topic that we are speaking out today. Why are women afraid to speak out of domestic violence or abuse? Why? I want to hear your views. Right, Mercy, I read somewhere that you got married at a very young age.
Yes.
Why was that?
My dad basically gave me out to his friend at age 18. I didn't have a say. I just came back from school and off I went into the marriage. And it was just basically in respect.
And he didn't explain to you why he's doing this, because I've read that gone on in those days that when your parents borrow money, lend money from somebody that is very wealthy or rich, they can take their daughter to stand as a guarantee or like a trade by barter.
You're thinking, was it that he borrowed money?
He borrowed money?
No. I don't even think it was a case of borrowed money. I would rather think it's a case of, I want a better life for her.
Okay.
You know, my mom died when I was 8, and he raised 4 of us all by himself. And maybe he just got tired of the burden, or maybe just wanted a better life. You know, I'm trying to be very positive here. And thinking, okay, if she's married to a pilot, he would, transform her life and make her live a better quality of life. Maybe that, or maybe it was just to cement the bond of friendship.
Wow.
I mean, it could be any of those.
That must have been very traumatic for you. But if you refuse at that stage, what would have happened?
It never crossed my mind to refuse. I mean, we're talking about way back when 18-year-old was still an innocent 18-year-old. Naive. Not the 18-year-old of now. I'm talking about 1995. I mean, that's like how many years ago? So disobeying never crossed my mind. We're raised to always think that what our parents say is not just final, but the best for us. So you are not even thinking. The only objection I had then was like, please, I have to go back to school. I have to go to school. I know I kept thinking that.
Hold on, we will get to that. I'm going to ask you that, but I really want our viewers and listeners to really understand where you're coming from when you go deep. So tell us, what was it like to be married against your wish to a man that you didn't love?
I can't say.
Or did you love him? Did you fall in love? Maybe I was jumping.
I don't even know him. I didn't even know him. So there was no like or love. It was just like, this is what daddy has said, and this is what is going to happen. So it wasn't like, like we had a relationship. We're not dating.
Oh my
He wasn't my friend. I just came and met him, and in 2 weeks it happened. So
viewers, I want Mercy to say all this so that you will understand where she's coming from. How will you feel? What will you do if you are in that situation? I know gone are the days that our forefathers, they will just take them. You are about your age, your age now. You are supposed to be your husband, your age, your husband's house, and they just take you. And people do say, love do grow.
Yeah.
Did you fall in love with him?
Frankly, at some point I thought I did, but it was after I left I knew I never did. Wow. When I now actually met my husband now, and I now knew what love truly was. So I thought I got to that stage where love grew. But of course, you can't blame me if I say I never did, because the torture, the abuse, the violence. If there was any room for love to grow, it would have just died. Wow. Remember, love only grows when it's nurtured. Anything you want to grow, you need to nurture it. Even if it's a plant, it's a human being, it's a child, a baby, love, it has to be nurtured. So there was no healthy environment or ground for the love to grow. And be nurtured. So there was no love, actually.
Wow.
So
parents, when I've read a story, it taught me something, and I believe I should share this with all our parents listening and watching us this evening. Please do not force your daughter or give your daughter hand in marriage against a wish. I believe it's a child abuse. Please, because you're not going to live in that home with your daughter. You don't know what she will be going through. So please, it's a no. Please, don't let us do it. So what was it like, Mercy, seeing your friends furthering their education while you were forced in marriage?
That's where I had an issue in the whole package. I mean, that's my first fear and my first issue. So I get in, and then we'll talk about school. So I'm talking to my dad. I'm asking my dad, how far? The school issue. Am I not going to school anymore? Like, be patient. But then the society I lived then was also a funny one, because I remember people telling me, what else are you looking for?
You have everything.
Your house is on 1 acre. You're living a good life. So what else do you want? Forget about education. But because I always had a dream of who I want to be, the kind of woman I want to grow up to become, I knew that education was important for me to get there. So without really knowing what I was doing, I insisted, without foreseeing the future, I insisted I had to go back to school, and that was a big fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I believe as a young person, you must have dreams and aspirations.
Definitely.
What was your dreams?
So I looked at the national TV, then the national TV back home, the NTA network, and I see women I'd admired so much. Ruth Benemesia, Opia,
Wow.
Tiana Allwell Brown. And I look at them, the way they speak good English, the way they look, and I say to myself every time, I just want to
be like this.
Yeah, I just want to be like them. I just want to be like them. And so I had that focus, I had that vision, and I knew I had to go to school to be like them. And this background was built on the fact that I used to debate in my high school.
Wow.
So I represented my school in debate. I used to broadcast the news. So we used to have, like, every morning I'm on the assembly ground reading the news. So I built that foundation that this is where I'm going. And I remember one time, way down the line, I ran into one of my high school teachers, and she was like, Mercy, all through the years, every time I look at the TV, I'm looking out for you.
I'm looking out for you.
But I never saw you.
Oh my God.
So everybody knew that that's where I was going.
Oh.
Everybody. So that dream was truncated just with that marriage
So
arrangement.
what happened, because of your predicament? How did you feel that all of that is not going to happen?
So I didn't just fold my arms and watch it not happen. I insisted I'll go to school.
Okay.
I fought my way through school. I told myself the next 4 years, getting the admission was struggle, writing the JAM exam was struggle. He wouldn't let me, but I forced my way, and eventually I got the necessary requirements for the JAM scores, got into school. So some days he would let me go, some days I have to scale defense to go to school.
Oh my God.
Some days he would drop me off or give me money to take the public transport. Some days he would not. This Mercy you see right here has begged for money on the streets to go to Unilag.
Oh my
from
God.
GRA Ikeja. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Why am I saying this? So that I can encourage somebody who thinks her life is the worst thing that has ever happened. I've seen worse situations.
Wow.
I go on the streets and I beg malams, please can I have 15 naira? All I needed was 15 naira to get there.
To get to school.
I don't even have the money to come back.
Eat. And to come back.
I'm talking about eating. Eating is like a long thing. I'm talking about money to just go and come back. So I only have money for one way.
Wow.
But I'm confident that if I go, somehow I'll come back. In worst case scenario, I'll check back home. And then food, no problem. I'll starve. And that's why I tell people, impossible is nothing. Once you set your heart to it, because I told myself the day I got that admission, that it's going to be war. And I knew. And I said to myself, I'm prepared for it.
Wow.
And that's how I was able to go to school for 4 years. Some days he would drop me off. Some days I come out, I will see him packed in the car park, waiting to see who is going to drop me off. Well, maybe I'll get a ride or somebody. And then I'll just walk past, go and get a bus. And then he will drive. Different things, try to frustrate me. There are some times that during the test, I will not go to write my test.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I will only go to write exams. I wasn't going to lectures regularly.
With all of that,
I came out with a 2-1 because I was determined.
Wow.
It was determination.
Wow.
I went through school and I came out with a good result, not because I'm super brilliant. No, I wanted to come out with a 2-1 because I knew that maybe first class was out of reach. So let me just respect myself and stay.
Respect myself.
Yeah, because I knew if you had come out with a 2-2 or third class or something, like, look at you.
Difficult.
That's why I said you should not bother. I knew you were dumb. And I said, don't go. But he wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah,
so I didn't come out with an impressive result that would just do him zip up. And that was why I really put in my best while I was there, despite everything. And then with the help of God, I was able to come out. Yeah.
Wow. Viewers and listeners, I don't know, from this short thing that she has said, I don't know what is it that you are going through and you have given up on yourself. I want you to know this afternoon, do not give up.
That's all.
Please pick yourself back up. You can make it. If Mercy here can get you what, you can make it. Tell yourself, I can make it. And you will make it.
Exactly.
Right. Mercy, when did the abuse start? Please, viewers, I want you to sit tight and listen to this. Please. And please do not keep this to yourself. Help Beautiful Mind to get to where we cannot get to by sharing this on your wall. Please. Right. When did the abuse start?
It started just about a month after we got married. So we got married July 29th, and by August 21st, I got my first beating. And the reason for the beating was because at an event, I got up to use the bathroom without telling him. So when I got back to my seat, I was like, why did you go to use the toilet? You didn't. No, sorry. He said, where are you coming from? I'm like, oh, I went to use the bathroom, and he didn't tell me. Don't you know you're not a married woman? And I go, oh, sorry, I didn't know married women are supposed to tell their husbands that they're going to the toilet. Now, I said it not sarcastically the way I would have said it now. I said it out of naivety, like, oh, sorry, I didn't know
I was meant to do that.
Yeah, and then he got upset and thought I was shading him or I was being sarcastic. And he said, okay, let's leave. We're leaving the party now. We must leave. And then we started leaving, and then just when we got home, I was with the lock, just fumbling with the lock, trying to open the door, and from behind, he started pounding me.
Oh my
and that
God.
went on and on. I mean, for every little thing, at the drop of a hat, he would hit me. And I hear people ask victims this kind of questions. You say he's always beating. What did you do?
Exactly.
Please,
I was going to ask you.
Please don't ask anybody that question. There is no
ask.
justification for anybody to beat
anyone.
their fellow human, and not to talk of somebody who is even supposed to be your spouse, somebody who you are taking vows to love for the rest of your life, somebody who has children for you. So please don't be asking people, because you're endorsing. I keep telling people, it's not only the person who does the physical beating that is the only person perpetuating domestic violence.
Wow.
Those of you that endorse it with the word of your mouth and your action to the victim, you're also in support of domestic violence.
Wow.
When you ask people, what did you do? And when you're just sitting there, they came to beat you, you are supporting and endorsing domestic violence.
My God. Oh my God. That is deep. So from that day,
at the drop of a hat, anything, we're watching movie and we have different opinion about what the characters in the movie are doing, he will beat me. Oh, so you're supporting this person. That means you can do the same to me. Or we go to a restaurant. I mean, I've had these incidences in a restaurant. He'll tell me, there's somebody staring at you. I'm sure you know him. I don't know him. You people know each other. It's because I'm here. That's why I don't want to talk to him. Let's go. Then we leave the food. We go home. So basically, he had, because of the age difference, yes, insecurity was there. It was given. 18-year-old girl being married to somebody who was in his late 40s already, like 45, 46.
Oh my God. So, viewers, I really wanted to get involved in this. Do you not think that was a child abuse? An 18-year-old girl being given to a 45-year-old man.
Definitely it's a child abuse.
No, because
he was even older than my dad. Older than my dad.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
Because I didn't want it to sound like maybe I'm thinking weird.
It is abuse.
Wow. But what was the problem, though? I really want to get to the to the bottom of it, and I believe my viewers and listeners too will want to know, what was the problem? Was it because it wasn't your wish, or because it was much more older? What was the problem?
Yeah, I mentioned insecurity here because he just felt so she's young.
Okay.
And then he had personal crisis issues he was battling. And then looking at the background where he came from, and this is not to run anybody down, but these are the things that contribute to people coming out the way they are. So if he had a background where his parents were also violent, which eventually we got to know that was one of the problems. Yeah, so there's no way he would learn to. The way my husband now loves me and treats me like a queen, I don't see any of my sons doing otherwise to their children because they have been taught the right way. Yeah, they see the right way to treat a woman. So the other day we were on the train in London, and there's a little girl my boy's age, that was standing. My boys got up and gave her the seat. And we came down from the train, and I told them, look, I am impressed. Congratulations. Yeah, it means you understand everything that you see and hear me do. Because I treat them how to respect women. So besides what you teach them, because children, they don't necessarily follow what you say, but what you do. So coupled with what they are hearing and what they see their father do, I don't expect any less from them. If they start to beat a woman, I'll be wondering where it came from.
Where did they get it from?
So the background is also very important. Very, very important. I know back in the day, they'll say, check the background before you get married. And we in our generation, we're like, oh, no, please, it's not important.
We're just going on a date.
Just look at his Instagram profile, and if his Instagram profile is dope, and then he's lit, and then we go. Yeah. But those things are important. They could save your life.
But Mercy, I don't get it, because you are saying something else now. Because I know of some young girls or younger girls that love to hang out with older men because they think they give them money, they look
treat
after
them better.
They treat them better.
Yeah, some people.
Why is your case different? Because I can't stay,
Everybody is different.
Yeah.
So there will definitely be some older men who are more caring, and then there'll be the terrible ones. That's not to say that the younger men don't beat. Of course, there are younger men. I mean, some could even be younger than the lady or same age with the lady who also abuse. So it's not about age.
Yeah,
basically.
because our listeners and viewers might be thinking,
no, it's not about
the age gap or something.
No, the only reason why I mentioned the age gap was the issue of insecurity. Believing that, I have a younger girl who might be more, she might be attracted to younger men, or younger men may be attracted to her, and I'm looking like the odd one out in the spheres of things. So maybe that.
I believe marriage should be a personal thing. Before you go into marriage, you have to make that decision yourself. I want to get married to this person. I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, if God permits. What is my purpose within this marriage? What are my plans? What is it I want to make out of it? What is it that I want to achieve from this marriage? Where am I going from this marriage? You need to be able to ask yourself all these questions before you can go into any marriage, and it is very important that you do it yourself. Nobody should do it for you. So did you inform your parents, Mercy, about what you were going through then?
Okay, so initially I didn't have the boldness to tell my dad, because that was the only parent I had. So I didn't, maybe not because I didn't have the courage, maybe because he had said you must not tell anybody. And
did he actually say that to you?
Oh yes, because after he beats me up and I'll have scars, he won't let me come downstairs. I'll always be in the room.
So he knows what he was doing was wrong.
Definitely.
So are you saying that all the abusers, they know what they're doing?
Oh yes, no abuser will allow the wife, they will not happily go for counseling. They will not happily allow their wives or their spouses to tell people what's going on in their home,
because they know what they're doing is wrong.
Yes. So even though I lived in a society where I couldn't call 911 to come and rescue me, he still knew that other people should not know. It's embarrassing. Remember, he was a pilot. All I needed to do was show the company the evidence that this guy is not mentally sound and he won't fly an aircraft. So he knew. So all those kind of things, they keep it, And so I couldn't, with all the warnings, all the threats.
So you couldn't tell your dad?
I couldn't tell my parents. But there's some very smart people that when they see you, like now, if I see somebody who is going through abuse, you don't need to tell me. Looking at you, your body language, if I stay with you for a while, I will know.
Wow.
So I had people like that around us as family friends who would come to the house and they know I'm inside the house, but I'm not able to come downstairs. So they'll suspect, like, why is she not coming downstairs? And then they'll talk to the children. I know the children will always, Mommy has an injury, my mom has this.
Oh my God.
My mom has a black eye. So they'll put one and two together. And then you now see me a few days later, you see a lot of foundation trying to cover up something. And then you see my hair, I've lost hair on my head because then it wasn't the days of Brazilian
hair.
It was the days of the braids. So he pulls it off the root of my hair. And so I'll have patches so I'm trying to pack the hair to cover those patches. So when you see me, you can tell, as an experienced person, you know that this one didn't fall off the staircase, this one didn't fall off in the bathroom. You would know that it's...
So when you finally had the courage to tell your dad, what did you do? How did he handle it?
So the first time I told my dad, he was angry. He shouldn't do this to my daughter. He came and then he tells my dad, let's go and have a man-to-man talk. And then they drive out and then they have a drink. And then my dad comes home. You have to take it easy. You have to calm down, respect your husband.
Oh my God.
At the point, I realized there was no point even telling my dad. Because every time you tell him, my dad would flare up. No. And most times I wasn't telling my dad myself. People would notice, would call him. We saw your daughter yesterday. She doesn't look good. Your daughter is not happy. And then he will call me. Or he'll come around then when there was no cell phone. I heard you're not this. I heard you're this. And then when I tell him, he will flare up. And when he comes... talks to my dad.
Okay, viewers and listeners, I really want your honest opinion. I really want somebody to call in the studio right now. If your daughter happened to tell you that she's been abused by her husband and you could see the evidence and people were actually calling you to let you know, what will you do? How will you handle it? I really wanted to call us, and you can call us on 079-603-91983. And I tell you as well, if you happen to be the first caller, you will have a ticket, half-paid ticket to this event happening this Sunday, Manchester Laugh. This weekend is happening. You have your ticket paid half. So please give us a call in the studio on 079 603-919-83. I want to know if your daughter, your only daughter, your precious daughter, as beautiful as Mercy is, tell you that my husband is abusing me, what will you do? Right, Mercy, you obviously went into marriage without any knowledge of what marriage is all about. Did you have marriage counselors or mentors later or before?
No, we didn't have anything like that.
Back then?
Yeah, back then. It wasn't a big thing. Mentoring, counseling, it wasn't a big thing then. So we basically didn't have, and yeah, it was just, we're just getting by. And because of who he was.
Exactly, I was going to ask you
so
that.
nobody's
Do you have anybody that you could report him to?
No, I didn't have anybody, yes. So I didn't have anybody who respects him. And that's why I tell young people who are still single, if you're ever going to marry anybody, ensure that he has at least one person that you can run to and report him to. One person he respects, one person he fears, one person when you tell him, I will report you to XYZ, he will go, please, don't bother. It's okay, let's resolve this issue. If that person doesn't, the person you want to get married to, but that, I mean, I'm talking both ways now, not just to the women. I'm talking even to the men. If your wife does not have anybody, or your wife to be, and your husband to be does not have anybody to respect as a mentor, please don't marry that person.
That's it.
Don't marry that person.
That's it.
Because when issues get out of hand, you won't have anywhere else to take to. And when you take it to family, of course, families take side. So
they do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Bolade Fayemi, thank you very much. Ehina Otage, thank you very much. She made this show possible today. Wonderfully made woman. Thumb up to you. Thank you very much. I do really appreciate it. Omoshala Olanrewaju, she's saying there is more to some part of our culture that must be looked into. Reasonable and responsible parents should not force their children or their child into marriage, no matter what the situation is. They are not the one to live in the relationship.
Exactly.
No to matchmaking. Thank you very much, Omoshala. Mommy Sheudipolu, thank you for joining us this afternoon. She says, I thank God that you survived.
Thank God.
This was too much. She said this was too much. It was too much. You are absolutely right, Ma. It was too much. Please help us share this video, because Mercy here this afternoon, she's not holding back, and this is one thing I love about this show every time, that when people come on the show, they don't hold back. They just give their all, because they want people to know the truth. Exactly. They want to raise the awareness. They want people to be free. No more bondage. We need to speak out about all these things that is happening. Mommy Dikolu went on to say, if I become aware that my daughter is being abused by her husband, I'm taking her out of that my relationship straight away. But in African culture, can you really do that? Can you really do that? Yeah, he's got that. He's going to project that. Can you really do that? To go to your daughter's house and pack her belongings out of her husband's house? In African culture, I think that is a taboo.
That's not a taboo in the Yoruba culture, if I know very well, the Yorubas. Yeah, maybe from some part of Nigeria. They say, and I mean, when I was interacting with my husband now, he tells me, look, Yorubas, they don't take bride price.
No, they don't.
They don't take money.
Return it back.
They don't take cash.
Because they believe they're not selling
their
children,
daughter. Yes. And so a typical Yoruba family, their daughter comes home and say, I'm done. I can't deal. This people or this man wants to kill me.
Yeah.
No, the person is welcome. But in the East, and then, I mean, South, where I come from, they feel it's not our thing, it's a Yoruba thing, so stay there and die.
Wow.
But thank God for awareness. Thank God a lot of people are coming up to speak now.
Continue to,
and we would not relent. We will not, and then, again, who are the people that even frustrate the people into staying or not wanting to leave? It's those of us who victimize and stigmatize them.
You're absolutely
when
right.
We're talking about them, hey, she left her husband's house. Hey, look at her, she's not married anymore.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ohino. Ohino says, honestly, the man will be in trouble. Get a boxer to beat him up. Call the police and lock him up. That is so true. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ola Uni, for joining us this afternoon. Bolaji Edun Adegoke, thank you very much, Ma, for joining us. She says, thank God you are alive to tell the story. That's so true. Thank you very much. Yes, was he or any of your parents a Christian? Yeah. And do you think it would have made any difference if they weren't?
The guy I'm talking about is an elder in church.
You did not say that.
He's an elder in church.
Did you hear that?
And then his fellow elders will have me lie that he didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
Yes. So, and I can't go to the police. He will report me. As a matter of fact, when I left the marriage, I was excommunicated from the church.
Oh my God.
Yes. So,
an elder in the church that's supposed to know the word of God.
Yes. So it's not about.
So did you not report him to his pastor?
Of course I did. And then, so there was a time that I was one of them, because when you have a bunch of people, some will really stand for the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So one had said, no, do a formal letter. We can't just come into your
home.
Yeah, do a formal letter.
Okay.
And then somebody goes to tell him, this person, in the bunch, in the team. So you now have the betrayers. This person has gone to tell your wife to do a letter.
Wow.
Your wife has brought the letter. And now he has a copy of the letter.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And then they ganged up and removed the person. And then when it was reported to like the regional office, and then they sent somebody to come and oversee, to come and handle the issue.
Oh my God.
Well, he now tells the other ones ganged up and tell me, look, it's better you lie and let's kill this matter. Because when you now admit and he's disciplined, if he's removed as an elder, what do you think will happen to you? He's going to come back home and beat you the more. And it made sense to me. So,
and you will keep quiet the more.
So that's how I end up being in that shoes for 11 years.
I was going to ask you, how long? Okay, viewers and listeners, we are going to be, I think we've got a caller. Oh, we missed that call. Please keep trying. You can ring us on 079-603-91983. Yes, the line is open. You can call us. We're going to show a picture of her, how she was. I just wanted to have a dip of what this woman, this beautiful, gorgeous woman, what she went through in the hand of a man that is an elder in the church. Wow, that is so right. So you stayed in the marriage for 11 years.
Yes, please.
Wow. So when did you have the courage to quit?
3 years before I left, I went through a surgery, and it was a surgery that the doctor actually looked me eyeball to eyeball and said, you have a 50-50 chance. So when I survived the surgery, I was home recuperating, maybe just about a week or two after I came back. I can't remember the dates precisely. But I still had my stitches and my plaster, the bandage, the dressing was still on. So it shows I hadn't really healed. And then he came back on and said he was looking for his phone. And then he was just searching for the phone and I was lying down. Then he goes, so I'm too lazy to get up to look for the phone. And then he started beating me with the surgery injury. So that was when it dawned on me that this man will kill me. You know how it is that you're in a situation and then people are talking to you, it looks like you're not listening or you're indecisive. And then one day your morning will come and you wake up.
You wake up.
That day was my morning. So I realized that no, I can't go on like this.
Wow.
If he can beat me in this state, then what's the worst thing anybody can do to me? So that day I decided that I will leave. But it took me 3 years to leave because I had to finish school, do my youth service, and then get a job. So I got the job, and then before I even earned the first pay, he had hit me again.
Oh God!
Not like he didn't hit me since that time, again and again and again. And then that day on the 19th of October 2006, he hit me again and locked me up for 3 days after hitting me.
Locked you up
for 3 days, and then eventually released me and said, "I've been begging you for 3 days. You don't want to listen. If you want to go, go." And I picked up my slippers and my handbag and I ran for my dear life.
Oh my God.
And that's how I left to my dad's.
And did you look back? Did he come to ask,
He came to threaten me to come back. He didn't come to beg.
Oh.
Because even when I left, because I didn't take my stuff, and I'm thinking that I took some of my stuff on the 19th before he got me back into the house and locked me up. And that was just a few work clothes. I just got a new job. But you see, I was hoping that, in all of this, remember I have 2 children.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that maybe when I leave and he sees that I can survive without him, because he's always priding himself like, oh, I was brought from the gutter to the palace. Without me, I don't have oxygen. He's my oxygen factory. I'm nothing without him. I can't do without him. So I felt if I leave for a bit, and he sees that I'm okay, I can survive. Maybe there'll be a bit of respect. And in truthfulness, if he had mended his ways, come back,
forgiven him,
I would have gotten, exactly. But he'll just come and threaten me. You have to come back. Stop embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me. You cannot embarrass me in this Lagos. You have to come back. You have to come back. And I'll tell him, look, I can't just come back like that. I moved my things from your house to my father's house. So for me to come back, you have to go. And talk to my dad. And you have to sign an agreement that you will never touch
me again.
He goes over my dead body. Who is your dad? Your dad is beneath me. Your dad is a bloody cook. I am a pilot. I cannot go and sign an agreement with a cook. An ordinary cook. And so he refused.
Oh my God.
And you know how things are when they protract and prolong. So with time I got comfortable. With time I began to see that yes, I can actually really, really live without this guy. With time I started to see a different me. I started to see I have potential. I'm trying to see I'm actually beautiful, attractive, and wonderfully made. I began to see that I'm not that stupid, dull, useless girl he has always called me for the last 11 years. And the moment I realized that, there was no going back. So even if he had come back at a point that, oh, please come back, it would have been too late. Because he allowed me to test the waters. And I now realized who I was. He helped me discover myself. And so the story of going back was just impossible.
You know, Mercy, you said something that really got to me. You actually, two things. I want to mention that first before I go to that. Viewers and listeners, I want you to know that you have loads of potentials inside of you that you've not even tried out.
And don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Please do not stay wherever you are and think that's the end of you. Please, you have more potentials inside of you. That's number one. Number two, you said something. You had children for him.
Two boys.
So were your children in that same house seeing those things that was going on?
He wasn't discreet about it. He beats me in their presence. I mean, it's even from the womb. With my first son for him,
my God.
I was 8 months pregnant when he beats me and rolled me down the stairs.
Oh my God.
With the first child. With the second one, shortly I came back from the hospital. After I came out from the hospital, I was breastfeeding and he beat me with the baby in my arms. So, and then he went on like that. It wasn't like he was discreet. Even with the last episode, it was my son who screamed, "Mommy, look at your eyes!" And that was when I took my hand to my eyes, and my hand like stopped halfway. And then I just had to find a way to get out of the house because I realized this is death coming. So he was not discreet.
Mercy.
He was doing all of this in the presence of his children, and he greatly affected my first son.
I was going to ask that. Did it have any impact on the children?
Had a lot of impact. And so when women say, "Oh, I'm not living a violent marriage, I'm staying with my children, I'm staying for my children," you're even doing them no good. You're even doing them worse. It's worse for the kids because they will grow up to become mentally imbalanced like that man who has been punching you.
Oh my God. So how did you help your child to come out of it?
A lot of talking, getting people to talk to him, going through counseling session with us, and then thankfully
You're not saying that to me, Mercy. You're saying it to people. So I believe people are watching this now, and
thankfully God gave me an angel for a husband who has become a father to them. He's actually a real father to them. So he has also helped them to, playing the role of a father. Like, look, fatherhood can be better than what you used to know. Fatherhood is sweet, and then he's pouring himself into them, helping them to become better people, so that has really helped the children.
Please and please and please, I'm going to say this once. Do not stay in an abusive relationship when you have children, because you're doing those children more harm.
More harm.
More harm.
They will become abusers.
They will become an abuser. I'm not saying divorce your husband or your wife either. I'm saying, please, sometimes you need to go separate ways just to work on yourselves. You can live separately while both of you are working on each other. Please, do not stay together when it's making the children to be more broken. Please. Thank you very much, Omoshala. She said the effect of religious people have led many people to their early grave and will likely lead many to the early even when God has created a way of escape from untimely death. Wow, I don't understand what you mean by that. Wow, Ojo Emma said, personally, I think religion has nothing to do with that, irrespective of their position in church. A woman beater will always be on. Let him be a bishop. Yes, you are absolutely right. Elizabeth said, I wonder why people use the umbrella of God, doesn't like divorce after after you have been abused by someone, never stay in an abusive marriage because of kids. No, you are destroying them. Thank you very much for that. Pauline Lehman, thank you for joining us all the way from America. She says, I agree with you, Hina. Thank you very much. You are all absolutely right. So, on Beautiful Mind, we believe on forgiveness, and moving on. Have you been able to forgive your father? I want to start from your father first.
Yes.
And foremost.
Oh, yes, I have been able to forgive him. I tried to look at it from the point of view that he was looking for a better life for me. So that made it easy to forgive him, even though I knew, when I was going through it, I was quite bitter. I was really upset. And then because he couldn't fight for me, he couldn't rescue me. But we learn every day, we grow every day. Our values change, we mature. And as I mature, I try to look at it from another perspective. I probably was saying, this girl doesn't have a mom, I've raised her, maybe I should do this to give her a better life. So it was very easy to just let go. From that perspective.
I don't know, you might be in this kind of situation as well. Or maybe you think your father has done something even worse. Please forgive them. Sometimes they don't know any better. They would have done something very nice, very beautiful for you, but because they don't know any better. So please forgive them and let go. What about your ex-husband?
I've forgiven him.
Okay, Mercy. I like people that are real. You've forgiven him. How did that happen? Did you just wake up and say, I've forgiven him and I move on and I'm okay with my life?
It wasn't that easy.
Oh, yeah, because I want you to say it how it is so that people will know understand. That now you must still be struggling in forgiving your abuser, but you will eventually get there.
Mercy. So if you understand what forgiveness does, you start the journey.
What does it do?
It's for you. It makes you heal. So I forgave him, not for him, but for myself. So forgiveness is for you, really. Unforgiveness is you bearing the burden for the wrong someone else has done. So he's the one who has done you wrong, but you're the one carrying the heaviness. So when you hear his name mentioned or any name that sounds like his name, your heart skips a beat. You see somebody that knows him, your heart skips a beat. You're not free around. You're always watching your back. How does that even help me? So it was best for me to forgive him if I truly, truly wanted to heal and move on. And that's why we can sit down and talk about him or talk about my experience, and without shedding a tear, my husband and I joke about it. So, we're talking about, I can't hear, increase the volume of the TV. And my husband goes, I beg, not be me slap you. So it's easy to joke about things like that because I've moved on. I've completely left that space.
Wow.
And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. If I still bore unforgiveness in my heart, it'll be heavy. The words won't come out like this, and I'm not even pretending. So it's not like I'm just doing it for the TV show, for the cameras. No, this is who I am. This is how I talk. So, it is just me. And I'm so light because I've removed that burden. Yes.
This is the illustration. Exactly. Thank you for adding that. It takes the grace of God. But this is the illustration that I always give people that about unforgiveness in their heart. It's like somebody have upset you, somebody have done you wrong, which is fine, which is not fine, sorry, but which is true. They've done it. Everybody can see, everybody knows it's wrong. But you have now prepared a poison for that person that you want to give this person a poison to drink.
But you don't drink it
yourself. Are now the one drinking the poison. Exactly. That's the way unforgiveness is in the life
because it eats you up.
It does. It does eat you up. So please,
and the person is walking around free,
happy.
So I'm looking at my life like he's lived his life,
and you're not cage yourself.
So that's why I said, why would I bother my life?
Exactly.
He's lived his life. I have mine. I have a long future ahead.
That's it.
So I didn't have a choice but to learn to forgive.
That's it.
Yeah.
Please, you can forgive and let go and let God. When you let God in, He will take every burden, every bitterness, every resentment, everything. He will take it off and give you a clean heart. Because that's what you need. To be able to get your pain into your purpose, you have to forgive and let go. Thank you very much, Mercy. Mercy, a lot of people, we find a lot of women in your category on in what you've been through and in the same experience that you've gone through, and they find themselves withdrawn, depressed, and low self-esteem. But you are able to be a graduate, you're able to be going around motivating other people, encouraging other people. You started an NGO in Nigeria. How How are you able to do all these things? Or did you get into a stage of depression at some point and come out of it? I wanted to...
While I was there, yes.
Yeah.
I got into depression. I attempted suicide 3 times while I was married. Yes. I attempted suicide 3 times.
I don't like people rushing when they're saying things like that. So the people can know that this thing is real.
Yeah. So when I was with my dad, when we were growing up in my dad's house, there's this thing called Indoseed. I don't know if they still sell it. So it was like a capsule. My dad would open it and pour it on maybe rice or crayfish and keep it there, and then rats will eat it and die.
For the rats to...
So I looked at it and said to myself, if 1 tablet of Indoseed can kill a rat, maybe if I take 10 or 20, I would die. So I got Indoseed and poured everything into my mouth, and I just passed. And then he came... I think they poured palm oil on me or tried to make me ingest palm oil, because when I woke up, I noticed I had palm oil all over my body.
Oh my God.
So, yes, even my medical report from the hospital has all of those. I have those cases. I mean, it's all documented. So it's not like she's making up stories. If you go to Cooper Medical Center, my medical record is there. And I took some of these things to court. So I actually attempted suicide. So it was while I was there. When I left his house...
So does that mean he accepted you psychologically, emotionally, and mentally?
Yes, I was traumatized. And that's why I spoke about the different types of abuse. That everything comes together to become an emotional abuse. So whether you're being abused physically or financially
or sexually or socially.
In my own case, it was a combination of all. There was no exception. Yes, because I couldn't go to my dad's house without him. He has to take me to my dad's house and listen in on what we're discussing. If I go into the bedroom, he'll be upset and say I went inside the room to gossip about him.
Oh my God.
Yes, I couldn't work to earn my own money. He bought everything I use, my clothes, my undies, my perfume, my cream. He'll buy, and when he's angry, he'll pour the cream and things into the toilet and burns my clothes. He'll pack all my clothes, set it ablaze. And I'll
Mercy, you actually live in that environment.
Yes, I'll tie bed sheets for like 2-3 days. Then you start buying the clothes again. So I suffered all forms of abuse, and because I didn't have any feelings for him, so sex was a problem. It was painful. It was hurtful.
Yeah, so that's another thing.
Yeah, so I was sexually abused. So name it.
Because men says that women tend to sexually starve their husbands when they're in that kind of abuse. Are they starving them, or is because the feelings is not there?
The feeling is not there. Would you starve this kind of man I'm telling you about? Is it possible to starve him? Does it take permission? Do you think it's somebody that will take permission? Like, hey, babe.
Do you want me to be honest?
No, he just comes and takes his right, what belongs to
him, me,
what he has paid for. So it's painful, you know. I mean, not emotionally painful. I mean, physically painful.
Even emotionally,
of course. But I'm even talking about the physical torture, the pain. Of having to have sex with a man like that, and because you're dry, so there's no stimulation, no foreplay, nothing, and. I mean,
you know what? Pauline said something now, and I believe I need to say that. Thank you very much, Pauline Lehman, for that. She said, no woman should ever commit suicide for a man.
True.
It doesn't worth it. You have so many things to achieve in life without that man in your life. Please do not commit suicide because of a man. You can live for your children. You can live for you. Please.
True.
I tell young women that God did not create them for a man. If the relationship is not working, move on. Exactly. If the relationship is not working, serve God for the rest of your life. There is benefit in serving God.
Who says if that
Marry
one
God.
Another one will not work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people might even say, I've had enough. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to try it anymore. You can serve God. You can still be great. You can still be who God wants you to be.
True.
It doesn't mean it's when you're married that you will achieve great things in life. That's the life from the pit of hell. Please, it's not everybody that will get married.
True.
I always tell people this. Paul did not get married. Jesus Christ, we are all celebrating him, talking about Jesus Christ. He was not married.
True.
So because you're not married does not mean God cannot use you or you cannot be great in life. You can fulfill your potentials. Please do not commit suicide because of any man. Thank you very much, Pauline Lehman. I really love that, and I got passionate about that. Wow. Would you have been able to become what you are today, Mercy, if you had remained in that marriage?
I'm sure you already know the answer to that.
No, I just like to clarify things
to
for me.
reiterate the facts, to re-establish the point. No, answering that question directly. No, this is a man that will not let you socialize your family. How would you? Take for example, when I was in year 3 in university, I published a magazine called Teen Inspire. It was a magazine designed to inspire teenagers, and looking around and seeing how teenagers are easily influenced and all that. So something to occupy them positively. And then it was a struggle getting the magazine out, and eventually when the magazine came out, he said, I was getting popularity, I was out there too much, and I only had maybe 1 or 2 interviews about the magazine. And remember, there was no social media then, so it wasn't like I was everywhere. It was just that 1 or 2 media houses had invited me, and it felt, I was all over the place, and it killed that dream. And that was just publishing a magazine I was doing right inside my home. Compared to now, I'm traveling all over the place, going everywhere, talking to women, inspiring women, motivating women. So there's no way I would have fulfilled my purpose with him in my life. There's no way.
Please, some people are like hindrance in your life.
Yes,
they are. And that's the fact. I am sure as a Christian, you must have heard that God hates divorce. And I believe a lot of Christians would have sang that song in your ears as well. In fact, some church people believe that you must, that you have not prayed enough or had or behaved very well in your marriage.
Or you're paying for your sins.
Or you're paying for your sins.
Or your parents' sins.
Because of, for you to have experienced what you experienced in your marriage. What do you think to that view?
Well, I agree that God hates a divorce, but I also believe that God does not hate divorcees. He doesn't hate divorcees.
No,
especially when circumstances lead you to a divorce. I want to believe that God would not have been happy to have me die in that marriage. I want to believe that God is happier with me now that I'm living my life and fulfilling purpose. Because whatever I'm doing now, God is happy that I'm doing it. He would have proposed it for me originally, because as we come to this earth, God has an assignment for each one of us.
Yes, definitely.
Like when you go, you're going to be an inspiration to other women. So I don't want to believe that God is unhappy with me right now as I sit here. Talking to other women, doing the things I do. So I don't want to believe that God hates me. He hates divorce, but he doesn't hate a divorcee.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lillian. Lillian said, I'm sure he felt inferior because of his age and how beautiful Mercy was. Wow. Thinking beating will make her loyal. I don't even know what to say because I don't understand how someone can be so cruel. You're so right. I don't understand.
Is so right, because then you used to tell me, all you have is your face. Once I destroy your face, and no man will get down there. So Lillian is so right.
Abimbola said, talk about being insecure. He was extremely insecure. Wow. Thank you very much. Please, I really want you to help us share this video because I believe it's going to liberate some people. It's going to set people free. It's going to encourage people. It's going to make people to know that their world has not come to the end, that they can do things for themselves, for their life. They can come alive again. They can speak out. Because we want to encourage people to speak out. We are not saying move out of your marriage or get divorced. No. But what we're saying is speak out. Seek help. Please. There is help at the other side. Please. But you can only get help when you speak out. Thank you very much. So does God want anybody to stay in an abusive marriage? Because some people say that because God hates divorce, then I should remain and stay here. After all, some people even encourage themselves in this now. My mother suffered, a lot of things in the hands of my father, and she stayed. Why should I move out? God must have want me to stay there. Do you believe God wants people to stay?
I'm always baffled when people say God hates a divorce. But do these same people also know that God hates violence?
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah, do they also know God hates violence? So when you find yourself in a violent situation, what's the sensible thing to do? Even when the devil came to tempt Jesus and said, jump down from this mountain, I know your father can send angels to deliver you. That is the Son of God himself. But he said, no. Don't tempt me with foolishness, because I would have been fully on his part to say I want to jump because the angels come and deliver me. Jesus said no. So why would you foolishly stay in a marriage and say, God will deliver me, God will do it. So let me stay here until I'm killed.
I'm killed.
Yeah, because any violent marriage can result in death. Some women have died with one slap.
Some people are accusing me here. Mommy, she said, Yinka, you deliberately did not read my last comment. What was your last comment? I'm not sure I saw it. Yes, God loves you dearly, and that's why saved you from your ex-husband. Was that your last comment? Okay, she said, help me tell them marriage is not a license to making heaven. Likewise, divorce is not a license to going to hell.
True.
So true. That is so true, ma'am. That is perfectly true. Thank you very much. Oluwakemi Ayodeji for joining us this afternoon. She said, go Mercy, go Mercy, go Mercy, go. Yes, I know we are ailing Mercy now and we're laughing about this, but I believe when she was going through all this, it must have been very, very traumatizing for her. Mercy, I hear a lot of people say this, and I want to ask you because you've been there. People say that it takes two people to tangle. Do you at any point think it was partly your fault or all of your fault? Because sometimes people say maybe you're not an obedient wife, you didn't ask for forgiveness, you didn't repent, or you were so adamant you want to do what he asked you not to do, so they blame themselves. Do you think it was partly your fault?
Yeah, like I think we touched on that earlier, and that's when I said to you that violence is not as a result of provocation. Violence is not a tool for correction. Rather, violence is a tool for manipulation, a tool for power and control. So even if I was wrong, because I would be wrong, because I'm an imperfect human, I cannot be perfect. The ones that they don't beat are not perfect women, right?
Yeah.
The women that are not suffering domestic violence, they are not perfect.
Yeah.
A man is tolerating all their BS, so to say. So the same way we expect men would think that the only way out is to be violent. No, what if you kill the person? I just mentioned to you a few minutes ago that some died out of one slap.
I know.
Yeah, you didn't need to hit them with a pestle, just one hit. Because you never know how the body is working at that time. And the person snaps and the person dies. So it is not a tool for correction.
It is. Thank you.
In advanced world like this, you don't even allow people to spank their children.
No.
So that's alone a full-blown adult.
It is not a tool for correction.
So there will always be friction in marriage. The husband will always hurt the wife. The wife will always hurt the husband. We advocate for more matured and civil ways of handling issues rather than getting physical.
No, please. And some people don't get physical, but they do it psychologically.
Yes, that's the emotional.
Emotionally, and it kills you.
Which is even worse sometimes.
It's worse.
Yeah.
I believe so, it's worse. Thank you very much for that. Can a victim of domestic violence get remarried? Because some people, I know you are, but some people want to. They think they have sinned against God. They think because God hates divorce, they cannot remarry and they can't fulfill their purpose in life if they remarry. They're thinking about the children, that my children, how would they cope? How did you juggle about all these things and be able to skip through it?
I didn't do anything in particular, like preparing myself for marriage. I was just living my life. I was just living the new life I had, the new life I've come to discover, that I can be human, that I can eat what I want to eat, when I want to eat it, I can wear what I want to wear, when I want to wear, I can go, and I was never used to that kind of life. It was from my dad's control to husband's control, so to say. So I'd never been myself. And I was 30 when this happened, when I left. So 30 years of my entire life had gone being under control. So I was just living my life. And because I wasn't ashamed of my story, everybody who came to me knew. Everybody who knew me then knew what was going on. I wasn't hiding it. I wasn't pretending. Because I know some women, they've left their marriages, but they're still pretending to be married.
I think they don't like the stigma that is being attached to it.
You face it head on.
Or
You face the stigma.
labeling of being a single mother.
You face it head on. Because you need to change your misery to a message. To a ministry. You can't keep living a life, a false life, a life of a lie, trying to pretend that everything is working out when it is not working out. So I left and I lived my life. And a guy came who knows everything about me. So it wasn't like I was pretending, so he saw all my ways and he still loved me the same. Wow. There's always somebody out there for you who would love you just the way you are.
That's it.
Yeah.
You said two key things that I want people to hold on to. I said to people that just keep doing you. Keep being yourself. It is in being yourself that the best of you will manifest.
Yeah.
And that is when the best one that God has kept for you will find
To
you.
yeah.
It will find you in being you. You don't have to copy anybody. You don't have to hide. Just be yourself. And you will see how God is going to beautify your life. Thank you very much for that. Wow. Did you at any time believe or think that people really understood your predicament, where you're coming from, or friends and families or church members? Because sometimes when you come to church, sometimes I hear people say, oh, they've started talking about relationship. Oh, because I'm here now. Did you feel like that?
Now, when you're in that kind of situation, there are two categories of people, basically. Those that understand and pretend not to.
Wow.
So they know what you're going through, but they're not bold enough to come and say, this is the truth. This is what is happening. You have the other ones who are blinded. And they're blinded and cannot see, so cannot say. But because they're in the majority, those that know cannot come out and speak. So you just have a bunch of people stigmatizing you. You have a bunch of people making it look like it is you. So they give a dog a bad name just to hang it. And in Nigeria, for example, usually, oh, she wants to start having boyfriends. Oh, she wants to follow another man. Oh, she's wayward. Oh, she wants to flirt. And these are people who have seen blood run down your face. These are people who have seen your scars. They know. Not like they don't know. They know these things. They won't wish it for their daughters. They won't wish it for their sisters. But they're not bold enough to come out to speak up. And that's why you must speak up as a victim so that you can become a victor.
Wow.
Because you remain a victim the moment you cannot speak out. The line between victim and victor is your ability to speak up. That's just it, yeah.
Thank you very much. Did you feel, stigmatized when they say all this? And did you feel it?
Of
did
course.
it get to you?
Yeah, I felt. And what thing?
Hold on, we're gonna go for a short break, and we will be right back. I want to give you more opportunity to help us share this video. Mercy here today. She's not holding back. She's giving us everything. So please help us share this video because we want people to be free this afternoon after watching this program. Thank you very much. We will be right back. You're welcome back. This is Adeyinka Adeomi, and we are still live here from the studios of Beam TV. Yes, but we're sharing the studio with Peace and Joy radio station. Yes, I believe you've seen this advert. Is Manchester Alive, and it's happening this Sunday on the 19th of August. This program has been put together by MC Mark. Yes, he wanted to come with your family. Yes, with your children as well. You just need to pre-book if you are coming with children on 0794 202 66909. Again, I'll call the number 079 402 66903. And the time, the phonic carpet starts at 5. The event starts at 6 to 10, and the venue is at my father's house, Duncan Street, Salford, Manchester, M5S 3SQ. Loads of comedians are coming. Please be, have a date. And this is Stake Gold 5+4 a day. Peter meets the fruit. This is a very good book for children. It's been written by my friend, my sister, Elizabeth Akinteye. Please support your own sister. And again, bless your children. There are a lot of books out there that you don't want your children to be reading. But this book is something I can recommend, and I will recommend for you. It's a book that will encourage your children to eat fruits. And again, it's a book that will teach them about the fruit of the Spirit. We want the children to connect with the Spirit, to know about the Word of God, even from a very young age. And it's been written really, really beautifully. You need to get a copy, and you can get it from Amazon. And again, I Am Beautifully Made. This book is written by Elizabeth Akinteye as well. They're very, very cheap. They're not that expensive. You just go on Amazon and you will get it. A lot of our girls out there, they're struggling with their identity, who they are. They're suffering. Oh, am I pretty? The media is telling me I need to be size 4, size 6 to be a beautiful girl. I need to be light-skinned. I need to have a pointed nose before I can be a beautiful girl. But this book will encourage them from a very young age, will affirm to them that they are beautiful, they are wonderfully and fearfully created by God. This is a book I will recommend. Please get a copy. And on the 19th, again, we've got All Nations Day in number 1 Matthews Lane, here in this Manchester. Please come and do church in another fun way. Be there. Right, before we went on that short music break, was a short music break. Yes, I was asking you, did you feel stigmatized?
Definitely. I mean, when nobody wants to listen to you, your church say, go and don't talk about it, and then you decide to leave, and then you're excommunicated from the church. You're removed. So that was the biggest stigmatization for me, because I felt these are the people that should understand. These are people that should relate with me. And then friends. So when I left, I was in my dad's house. I needed to move. I couldn't just stay in my dad's house. So I needed to hang out with my friends, and people you would have thought would have readily taken me in. I had friends who lived in 3-bedroom apartments, and they would tell me, I'm sorry, Mercy, I don't want it to be said that it was me that broke your marriage. So I had, people turn me down.
Wow.
And some would even lie that, there's no space. So even friends ran away from me. And for some years, I didn't even have anybody. As a matter of fact, a lot of them came back after I remarried. They saw that my life had picked up. I was doing okay again.
People want to associate with good things.
Yeah, so that's when everybody started crawling out of the caves that they had gone into hide. Because I was wondering, where were you guys? And then suddenly people didn't have my number. And suddenly people found my number and started calling me all over again. So yes, I was stigmatized.
Thank you very much. You mentioned the church, and that's why I'm going to ask you this question. And I believe you're a Christian as well. And I believe some people that are watching this evening or listening are Christians as well. How do you think the church can help someone that's suffering from domestic violence?
The first thing is that they should not hush the person. They should not tell the person to keep quiet. They should take the issues head on. I don't understand why the church reputation is more important to a church than the welfare of its members, of the sheep. Do you understand? I mean, you're a shepherd and you have given the responsibility or the duty to cater after the sheep. And now you're more interested in what people will say that's happening in your church. And because of this, a lot of the time, they sweep it under. And then when the leadership of the church is also guilty, what do you think will happen? Yeah, so some of these people, they even beat their wives.
Wow.
They do the same thing. So when you go and report, you say, all you women are the same. That's how you women behave. You people, your mouth is too sharp. And they don't even research because I did a lot of research into knowing a lot about domestic violence. What are the statistics? What does it lead to? What are the implications? What does it really mean? They don't bother about it. They just want you to come, do normal Sunday service, and then let all of us continue to pretend that we are holy and righteous before the Lord. And then you go back home and face your issue. But that is not practical Christianity. The church need to speak up. They need to talk about it, and they need to own it. To own the responsibility to discipline those who do these things. There's nobody that should be a deaconess or an elder or whatever, minister, bishop, and he's beating his wife.
Well, that's what the Bible says. They shouldn't, but it does happen.
Yeah.
May God help us. And I believe that the church will change. I believe they will come across this video and God himself will minister to them to change.
Amen.
Church is a sick place that a lot of people come. And you are there as a shepherd to shepherd these people, to look after them spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. All these things must be looked into. The well-being in total should be a total package.
Yeah.
So church, please sit up. Some people become paranoid after the violence. You know, when you've been tortured
yes,
over time,
yes, yes.
you become paranoid, and after a period of the time, they build like barriers around them.
Yeah.
They don't want to associate with
Anybody.
people. You know, did you experience that?
Yes. Yes, even when I left the marriage, I think for the first 2 years, because basically a lot of people ran away from me anyways. So I wasn't even interested in looking
In
out.
any relationship.
Yeah, I wasn't even interested in looking for the friends that have left me.
Wow.
So even when the new friends tried to come along, I'm like, you're going to leave in no time anyways. Once you find out that this is my story, you're going to abandon me soon. So I had a few people. My circle then was really small. There were very few people I was with at that time.
Yeah.
Because I needed... See, you can't pour into an empty cup. You need to fill yourself
That's
with first.
it, yeah.
So I needed to fill myself with positive things. I've heard too many negative things. I've been through too many negative things. I needed to detox my mind, my body, my soul. So I needed that quiet time myself. And I also did not want people to come and update me with what was going on in his life. I didn't want the updates on what he was saying about me. Hey, have you heard what this guy did? Have you heard? I didn't want to hear anything. So I also needed to give people space. You know.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lillian. Lillian said, I trust my church. Oh, in fact, she added the oh. My pastor will tell them off, will tell the man off. That's good, Lillian. Amoshala said, seeking approval is one of the reasons why the affected will not come out of the stigma. That's very true. Mercy, you nailed it on. God bless you. That's from Mommy Sheung. Lillian said again, Gateway Chapel. Okay, that's the name of his church. Okay, thank you. So what can the church or the family do to reintegrate people who are depressed from domestic violence back into the community and the church and play an active role? Because I see the stigmas. Once you've been a divorcee or something, they think you can't take a lead role in some churches.
That's if they even accept that you come to the church.
So how can they, reintegrate these people back without feeling stigmatized?
Yeah, so who is the church? It's the family units that come together to make the church, right?
Yeah.
So it starts from the family. When you're telling your daughter every day, you're just sitting down here eating in my house, you couldn't even manage your own home. You could not even be married. Then aunties, cousins, little girls that were calling you ma, they suddenly started calling you by your first name, talking to you anyhow. Yeah, these are realities that some people face.
Really?
Just because you've been away. And then you suddenly come back to your dad's old house. And then they tell you, your room is no longer here. I'm now the occupant of this room. And then you start getting attitude from all kinds of people.
Wow.
These are the people that make up the church. So we need to
it starts from home.
It starts from home. So we need to understand that there's nothing wrong with somebody who has run for her life in a situation of domestic violence.
Yeah.
Rather, what the person needs is your love, your support. Rather than you looking at the person and thinking, this one is an alien from outer space and you cannot relate. And again, the thing I say to people, this thing can happen to anybody. So you're stigmatizing somebody's daughter today. You're victimizing somebody tomorrow. You don't know where your own child or your sister, your cousin is going to. So you better be careful. People who have gone through these things need help because some of them are even affected mentally. Not all of them will come out like me and sit down here and confidently talk about it.
That's it.
Some people, 25 years down the line, 30 years down the line, they're still
in it.
They're still depressed. So please show them love. Don't stigmatize them.
Thank you very much. Tom Ade, thank you very much for joining us this evening. He said, from experience as a church leader, when you tell people the truth about domestic abuse issues, they often leave the church. So the leader must be ready to bear the consequences when you tell people the truth. I believe that's
true.
So bang on.
Yeah, that's
the truth. Yeah. So you talked about it affecting people's mental illness and mental health. How can a victim, somebody that has passed through domestic violence, how can the thought process be coached in order for them to have a beautiful mind towards themselves first and towards the trauma and towards life in general?
So like what's the remedy for people who have gone through this kind of situation? No, there are different kinds of remedies. So for me, it was more of coaching, having people to talk to, reading up on by myself, what I can do to help myself. For some, that might not work. It goes deeper. Some might need to go through therapy.
Yeah.
So why mine was easy for me was because the torture I was experiencing while there. When I came out, whatever I was facing was mosquito bites compared to where I was coming from. So it was easy for me to blossom. It was easy for me to heal, and it took 10 years.
Wow,
but
that's a long time.
It's a long time. Yeah, but it was easier for me than some people I see today. Some, they really need a therapist. They need to sit down and go through sessions. They need to see a psychologist. Some might even have to go on medication. So there are different things that work for different people, depending on the degree of the damage that has been done.
Thank you. I think 2 things I will leave, prayer, or 3. Prayer is very, very important. Prayer can do a lot of things.
Yeah, but prayer works when you've taken action.
Yeah.
So because prayer thrives, prayer is like water that you're pouring on where in the soil that you've worked on, you've planted.
Yeah.
So you have to go do all the other stuff.
Yeah, that's what,
and then you now pray.
Therapies, you know, you go for a psychologist or counseling or a coach, somebody that you know that you can open up to without leaving anything behind. And it takes time. Healing takes time.
It takes time.
You have to be patient with yourself.
And the word of God helps. The Bible helps.
Yeah. At times you think you have healed, you've moved past this, and you just see yourself suddenly like, oh God, I thought I've gone past this stage. I'm still here. It takes time. So be patient with yourself. Mercy, I know that you're doing a lot of things, you know, with the women all over the world. Can you please share with us this evening what you're doing, you know, so that people can know how to connect with you if they want to connect with you?
Okay, so basically I set up an NGO, and it's called the Amazing Amazon Initiative for short. It's basically to develop and empower women and the girl child. And why is women general? Because people ask me what age bracket. I'm like, all women from 0 age to when you die. And that's because at every level in a female's life, they have various challenges. So as a teenager, I had the challenge of being thrown into an early marriage. If there was anything like Amazing Amazon Initiative that I knew about, when it was happening, I probably would have run to them to say, see, what's going on in my life? What do you think? And they'd be like, no, this is child abuse. You can't go into the marriage. I probably have gotten counsel. If I had to leave home, I would have gotten a shelter. Somebody to coach her, you know? So we are there for those kind of girls if that happens. Then you're in the marriage and then you don't even know your left from your right, you have issues. We're also there for you. You're elderly and then you don't even know how to go about counseling your teenager or the young girl. We're there to help you and your daughter. So we coach women to coach their children. We're the trainer's trainer. So everything that has to do with the woman, and not just in their relationship or marriage life, in their business life, leadership skills, everything. Vocational skills we teach.
Thank you.
Everything to make the woman move from point A
more
to B.
Empowered.
Everything to make a woman a better wife, a better sister, a better auntie, a better her. That's what we're about.
Thank you very much, and well done for what you're doing. She's doing a great job. Fantastic job. So please support her. Lillian said, my mother suffered abuse in the hands of my father, which made me not willing to get married. But when I met my husband, I even rejected his marriage proposal at first. You know, that's very, very key.
Yeah.
People that have experienced abuse, they tend not to like marriage.
I did the same thing myself. My husband, is an angel. And I even knew then that he was a good man. Not like I was in doubt whether he was good or not. I even knew he was good, but I still did not want to get married to him.
Wow. Thank you very much, Lillian, for sharing that with us. You know, we got this sent in. I know we sent the things very late, but people managed to send. We will just take one. Unfortunately, we are running late. I am in this marriage because of my children and the stigma. The man who's supposed to protect me has turned me to his punching bag. He treats his dog better than he treats me. My heart is no longer with him, but I am afraid of a failure, of a future without him. What will people say? That I am not patient enough? Who will marry me at my age? I am totally confused. This is what somebody wrote to us anonymously. Okay, so she said something that's very interesting. What? And I used to think like that. She said he treats his dog better than me. I know.
That was my story. He treats his dog better than me. He will buy all kinds of milk and things for his dog, but I dare not touch it. If I touch it, there'll be trouble. So you're not alone. This listener, you're not alone. I went through this, and I had your fears. What will people say? What will I do? What is the future without him? Tell you what, sister, you cannot know what the future without him would be like if you don't take a step to find out. So if you're convinced in your heart, because nobody's going to tell you stay or leave. We can only counsel, we can only advise that being in that kind of marriage can lead to your death one day.
Yeah.
So it is up to you to choose whether you're leaving or you're staying. But if you ever consider to leave, please go ahead, because you don't know what God has in future for you. If I did not leave, I would not be where I am today. I'll still be managing, and what will people say? Will they say I'm not patient and all that and all that? Even when I left after 11 years, people still said I'm not patient.
You're not patient.
So people will always say, and if you stay there and die, they will still talk. That you're a stupid woman, you should have left, you didn't leave. People die every day in the news, and we see comments people still write. So whether you stay or whether you leave, people will talk. Just always remember that.
That's it.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm thinking maybe we should pick this. This would be the last one. I lived a violent marriage for years. I was very naive at first and really didn't know what people like him existed. He would kick me, slap me, push me, trip me over, throw things at me, stand on me, yell abuse words at me, call me different names. The list goes on and on, but he never punched me. In fact, he would say to people that he couldn't stand wife beaters. He would tell me that he didn't want the children to play with so and so children because they were a bad influence. He tried to isolate us from all those who loved us. Life was continuous hell, fear and horror, and he always blamed the children on me for his violence. Things got a lot worse towards the end. He would threaten to run us all off the road in the car and kill us. The violence became a daily occurrence, if not several episodes a day. Beautiful mind, please help. What can I do?
Is she still in the situation?
I'm telling you, she's still there.
Oh, and then there's something she said. I want to take that part again. She said he would kick me, slap me, push me, trip me over, throw things at me, stand on me, yell, abuse words at me, call me different names. The list goes on, but never punch me. I don't understand. What else does punch mean? No, now I don't get this part. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but what punch could be more than this? He kicks you, he hits you, he stands on you.
Maybe she doesn't understand what punching is.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. That kick.
I don't think that man is normal.
Exactly. And you should actually run for your life. Somebody
exactly
that's threatened to run you off the highway
that
and kill you and your children.
That was the eye.
You shouldn't be asking, what should you do? You should actually literally run to the police station and seek help.
Wow. Oh God. That is frightening. Seriously, that is frightening. That some people on this planet could be doing that to a woman being.
Yeah.
You're not surprised?
At all. I'm not surprised.
Okay, we've come to the end of today's show. Thank you very much, Mercy. But before you leave, I would want you to leave with a word of advice to people watching and listening to us this evening, that are in this kind of situation.
My final words, I think I've said it sometime in between the show, but I'll say it again. You can't die a victim. You don't have to die a victim. You can become a victor. All you need to do is speak up and speak out and break the silence. Thank you very much.
Wow. I don't want this show to end because I'm really enjoying myself with Mercy, and I'm learning a lot as well. And I believe viewers and listeners, you were able to pick one or two things from today's show. Sometimes people might say, this is not for me, it's not talking about me, but sometimes yes, information is knowledge. You get it and you'll be able to empower some people, you'll be able to help others. And you might think, I don't know anybody that I can share it with, but you can share this video on your wall so that people that come through your wall, passing through it, will see this message and they will be blessed by it. So please do not switch off your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using to watch us this evening, and just switch it off like that. Share, press the share button so that someone will be blessed by today's show. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I always tell you this every week, and I'll continue to say it. Without you at the other side, there wouldn't be beautiful mind. So please, I'm so happy. I'm always happy when I see you at the other side, engaging with us, communicating with us. I do really appreciate your time, your support, and your love. Thank you very much. This is my last word. God hates the divorce. That's the truth. That's the word of God. But He loves the victim. He loves the divorcee. God loves you. He loves you. He loves you. And He wants you to fulfill purpose. And in fulfilling purpose might be you just stepping out from that place that you are. If He's not making you to worship your God, to be who God has created you to be, or to turn your children out to be a better person. It might just be a time you say, I need a time to myself to reflect, and for you to be able to reflect and work on yourself. I believe in reflection a lot. I believe that there is nothing that can be damaged that God cannot remedy. You just need to communicate, and when you are ready for a change, that change will happen. Don't write anybody off, but sometimes you need to stay away to prevent your life. So please, think and ask God what He wanted to do, and He will surely answer you. Thank you very much. Like I said, I remain your host, Adeyinka Adeome. Thank you very much, Mercy.
Thank you.
I do really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank
and I
you.
wish you
Thank
Johnny Mercy back to Nigeria.
Thank you.
I hope next time that you're in Manchester, you will come and bless us.
Definitely.
Wow.
I had a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you to my producer, AY, the ambassador. Is the best. Thank you, Ehina, wonderfully made woman. You've made this woman so available for us to see here today.
Thank you,
We do
Twinnie.
really appreciate you. And stay blessed. Bye for now.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.